Hi, everyone. It's Marlene of Life with Marlene, and welcome to another Gems Spotlight. On the Gem Spotlight is where I highlight my awesome subscribers and let them talk about their channel because they are the spotlight. And today we have an awesome YouTube channel, African Dreamin', and I'm going to invite them up, let them talk about their channel, and then we'll ask some questions. And of course, if you guys have questions as audience members, I would love for you guys to ask, and then we'll put it up on the screen. It's just a chill, laid back. I just like to highlight my subscribers because I don't like to be selfish. This channel wouldn't grow and improve without the ones that watch my channel. So let's welcome African Dreaming to Life with Marlene's Gem Spotlight. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, no problem. So, first of all, the first thing that I want you both to do is to say who you are and talk a little bit about your channel.
Okay.
Ladies first.
I'm April,
I'm Julius.
and we are the YouTube channel African Dreamin'. And on our channel, we talk about a lot of things. We're a little bit of variety. We talk about gardening. We talk about living abroad, living here in
Yes.
Africa, Tanzania. We talk about just our lives and just
Our
everything we got
lives.
going. Our lives, yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
we like, much like you having us on here, we like to hang out with,
yep,
chill with, get to know, and help grow. Uh,
right.
uh,
Network and all that
network
good
all the
stuff.
people who follow us.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
cooking. We like to eat goat.
Girl, you like to eat goat?
We like to eat goat.
If y'all didn't know, we'll eat some goat now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little cooking and traveling. Just some of this, some of that. Just, talking about our lives and, connecting with um, other YouTubers, other content creators, and helping people along the way.
That's it.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
summarizes it.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
That's
That's what
us
we
in a
do.
nutshell. I
Pretty
think
much.
so. Yeah.
I think so. I think you
Yeah.
did good,
I,
man.
I think so.
All right. All right. Yeah.
Awesome,
What we got
awesome.
in here?
So, I have the first question for you. You
Yeah.
said that you are living in Tanzania. Can you tell
Mm-hmm.
everybody about that transition? Where did you come from, and how was it to move from where you were to where you are now?
Right.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's Oh, hey everybody in the chat. Wow, it is a lot of people in here.
Yeah.
Um, where to start, baby?
Well, we're originally from Texas. We're Texans.
Texas born, Texas raised.
That's right. And before we moved here to Tanzania, we were living in Washington State in Seattle area, and we decided to pick up and move to East Africa, Tanzania, and the transition has been pretty good. We had a lot of help. We had people
Yes.
that we knew in the states that were from Tanzania that really, really helped us along the way. That helped us learn the lay of the land. That helped us, find the things that we need to find and just
Mm-hmm.
know the things that we needed to know.
Just get settled.
Yeah, just get settled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause
so it's
that's not a
yeah,
everybody. Look, we emphasize this for those who are familiar and for those who we meet through Miss Marlene for being so lovely for having us on. We do not push the idea of doing what we did the way we did it
right.
because it don't work out for everybody,
It don't.
and it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. And if you've never lived outside the United States, um, Tanzania is a hard place to start. So I would
Yes,
visit.
yes,
I wouldn't do what we did. We just picked up and moved.
because we were kind
Yeah.
of
We've been other
we've been
places,
other
so
places.
we
We
knew kind
right,
of how it would go, but everywhere's different, so we didn't
right.
know exactly how it would go here.
Hmm.
But yes, it's a hard place to start if you've never been outside the U.S. to live.
The traffic, the
Yeah.
culture,
The language.
the language
Yeah.
barriers, the day to day life things that the way housing is,
Yep.
yeah, the way housing is built.
Right.
It's
True. Conveniences that you would get in the states that you won't get here. So it's a big transition. It's a big move. So
yes.
it's not for everyone, for
Right.
sure.
So I wanted to ask you, so what made you want to move to Tanzania?
It's a lot of different.
Yeah.
It were a couple of different things that went into the equation. For one, we were just ready to. I don't know. She's strong alone, and I'm strong alone. But when you put both us together, we fearless. We just
Yeah.
out here. You
We'll
know,
just do it
we'll just
because I
do it.
mean he got my back, I got his. So um, I think for the most part we were tired of the rat race. I think that was the biggest thing. We were tired of the rat race, and we had a lot of things happen in the last
Yes.
few years.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of family members in the last couple of years leading up to this decision, and
Yeah.
just having that, having all that happen, it really puts in perspective that life is short. If there is something you want to do, you should do it. If there's, you know, if you if you have someone you love, you need to tell them.
Yes.
If there's things you want to do in this life, don't wait until, you know, there's never a right time,
Right.
and
Right.
you can talk yourself into or out of anything.
Anything.
So
Facts.
if you feel like you can do it and you want to do it, at least try. So we just took a
We
leap of
just
faith.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, had think luckily for us things have been difficult at times. They've been really uh uh flowing and prosperous at times, but it's a give and take.
Right.
And like April said, you we went through a lot and it was an eye opener. Sometimes we already know things in life, but there's nothing wrong with being re-reminded
Right.
of important things that you already know. So what the young folk call it YOLO, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what the young folks say. Young folk call it YOLOing. So we YOLO'd a little bit,
Right.
and and
And YOLO'd out to East
and
Africa.
YOLO'd all the way out to East Africa. Ain't that something? But it's just the whole concept. I think stalls a lot of people of waiting to arrive so you can have arrived. Life is a journey. Life flows. Life continually progresses every day. Now you can try to get behind that steering wheel a little bit and veer it in a direction that you would like to have circumstances in life go, but life gonna happen to you regardless. So when it comes to these pinnacles and peaks or places that if we could just get here, then we'll be all right.
Right.
Or if we could just get to this point, we'll just be all right. Life never stops.
Right.
Yeah.
So here we
I
are.
I I think for me, because I went through something similar. I lost 6 family members in the past 4 years, and
Yes,
Sorry to hear that.
for me, it was like a time for me to reinvent myself. Because when you lose critical people in your life, it makes you really think like what's important and what should I really be doing. So it caused me to completely shift my whole life as to, for me, I can't speak for everybody, but for
sure.
me, I wasn't satisfied anymore doing a 9 to 5. I said it's time for me
Right.
to shift and do what I feel is my purpose. And that's what I started pouring my energy into it, because I was like, you can spend your whole life doing something, or you could spend your life doing something that has purpose and meaning for you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some of your content, and you've touched on that. Even in one of our lives, you made mention about things to that effect or regard, and losing people like that, and especially an abundance of persons, an abundance of people, and all of a sudden these folks who were a part of your everyday, your circle,
Right.
your
Aren't there every day.
aren't there,
Yeah.
and kudos on you for the steps you've taken because it's like a ton of bricks almost.
It is.
And
Yeah.
you realize that these people are no longer in the physical realm with us. We
Mhm.
still here, and it's like this absolution of, wow, I better do what I can
Mm-hmm.
because not just tomorrow ain't promised, later on today ain't promised.
Right.
Right.
The next 15 or 20 minutes ain't promised. So, like you said, if you're not living to whatever
Mhm.
you individually we perceive our full potential as, baby, you might well go and get on it because
Mhm.
you waiting for what?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's how I felt. I felt like, okay, 20 years go by and you're doing the same thing, punching a clock, and you're just a number to them. You're just fulfilling their purpose. But I said, but at the end of the day, when are you ever going to fulfill your purpose?
Right.
And that's how I
Mm-hmm.
felt. It's not for everybody, but that was for
Of
me.
course.
The 9 to 5 just wasn't working for me. I said it's time for me to do what I'm meant to do and be my own businesswoman and build my what I want to do with my life, build my brand.
Right.
Right.
Because you worth it and your brand is worth it. And the truth of the matter is, somebody, can you reach it? But somebody in the comments said something about our volume. Try
I
it,
don't know if
Marlene.
it's
Oh
me.
yeah, they're asking you if you could turn your volume up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
And
I
hey,
turned it up.
everybody in the chat. I see.
Is that better, y'all? Sorry.
Is that
Yeah,
okay,
I turned
Marlene?
yeah,
it up on the mic.
yeah.
Okay.
It's better.
Okay.
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 Okay. Thank you. Uh, yeah. Why not invest and put all that effort and energy into yourself if you in a position to do so? Because one thing life done taught me about jobs, before you cold and before the folk that came and got your body, HR done already sent out emails and you in the paper to get, whoever can fill your position.
Yep.
Now I say that fully aware and mindful that people gotta eat, people gotta pay bills, so folk gotta do what they gotta do. I completely understand that because
Absolutely.
that's a reality.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, if you in a position to start navigating that way, fam, we understand.
Absolutely. Like you, Marlene. I was in healthcare all of my adult life, over 20 years, and with everything going on with our family, losing people, and then the pandemic hit, and you're in healthcare, it kind of makes you like, oh wow, I don't. Is this what I want to do? Continue to do because it's scary out here. It's getting scary, and I had patient contact. I was in front of patients all the time. So and then with the pandemic, it was like scary. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to reevaluate what I want to do now, and how I want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, I was getting tired. I was getting burnt out. I loved what I did. I still love healthcare, but it was time for a change.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
decided to be like, hey, what are we doing? Let's
Yeah.
let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot because.
Yeah. And I'm so proud of the both of you for making a move because it's not easy. I don't know if you went through that, but for me, it was like scary to step out on faith and just like, am I really going to
Absolutely.
do this? Am I really going to
Oh
do
yeah.
this? And people say, well, what's your backup plan? I was like, this is not the backup plan. I said, we're going to have to make
Mm-hmm.
this plan work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the approach you have to take. Like I am the backup plan. I have to be my own backup plan. And I just feel
Absolutely.
like everything that I learned in healthcare, just growing up, through healthcare management, all that kind of stuff, I can turn that around and make that work for us on this platform
Mm-hmm.
and doing it for our way
Mm-hmm.
and us doing it for ourselves. So I took everything that I learned and I applied it to what we're doing now. So, you got to take a chance on yourself. Absolutely.
Absolutely. No doubt.
And so what was the scariest part for both of you to move forward with your plans? For me, my thing was overcoming my fear.
hmm
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a overcoming a fear type thing. We just kind of like, we were like going, like, we're finna go.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we going.
Yeah.
Cause we knew being together 20 plus years,
Mm-hmm.
and every it's there's stumbling blocks along the way, but we knew if we had each other, we were gonna be all right no matter what we did because we've
Right.
done it before.
Right.
We've started over before.
Right.
We've done different things before, and it's just been he and I,
Mm-hmm.
and no one else to catch us if we fail.
Nobody.
Not nobody.
Just each
So
other.
we had to make it work, and that I think that's the mentality that we have. We have to do this. There's no
Period.
alternative. We have to do
Period.
it. So I think for me coming here, for me, I think the biggest thing was like since I'm in healthcare and everything. I think for me, healthcare and how healthcare is different in this country opposed to the United States. I think that was like the biggest thing because I think that was like questions. I was like, well, what about the doctor and how are we
Yeah.
gonna do this? And we don't
Yeah.
know the language, and then the language barrier too. That was a big
Right.
thing.
Right.
So that
So,
was
And the
can you
customary
speak?
yeah.
difference.
Can you speak a little bit about what's different for the healthcare?
Actually, they have excellent healthcare here. I just didn't know what it would be like because I haven't been here. But excellent healthcare here.
Yeah.
You get into doctors right away. There's a wait like any other place. There's a
Yeah.
wait. Excellent healthcare, excellent doctors, excellent nurses, excellent facilities, and there's lots of facilities you can go to. So,
Mm-hmm.
I was pleasantly surprised. I was very happy with that aspect of it.
Right. And I've been to the, a couple of times just to double check, make issue. The food is different, the water's different. So, uh, I had an issue. Went to the doctor, got checked out. I'm talking like blood work, samples, and all kinds of cool stuff, and very long, in-depth consult with the doctor, uh, and all of this was about $38 US.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We talking lab work and everything. Oh,
And medication.
I was just about
Yeah,
to say, and
yeah,
medication.
yeah.
And medication. Add on the extras. Add on the extras. I think maybe $7 for and altogether. So 17 for all the medications. Very short, not long term like every day for the rest of my life medication. Just short, medications. Had a little stomach bug.
Yeah.
When you in this tropical climate, you want to get stuff like that checked.
Right.
Make sure you don't have malaria. Make sure you don't have anything like that. But actually, just being out walking, my body was like cleansing itself. Lots of water, exercise, and so I was fine. It was just a check, but
Yeah.
for that price, yeah.
Wow. So, can you tell me a little bit about some of the things that you are benefiting? Like, what are some of the pros that you have from your move? Because I think a lot of times as humans, we focus on the negative things that holds us back from making a move. But what are something that like, I'm so glad that I did this because of X, Y, and Z?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and there's some cons. I'm sure you're gonna ask about the cons,
Yeah.
but excuse me. As far as the pros, even with the complexities of life over here, I think the peace.
The peace.
For one,
Absolutely.
I gotta throw that in 1st, and for two, the ability to exist in a space where in many eyes here, yes, I may be a foreigner, but I'm not black. I'm just a person. I can go out and walk around like anybody else. We can go out and walk around like anybody else, and there's not the whole idea of, I think maybe we talked about this before. 3-4 months in, I realized that people just saw me as a person.
Right.
To
Right.
experience that in life, to be in a homogenous society as a black American is a really, really unique experience that a part of me wishes everybody who desires to ever experience that could take part of. but that's got to be one of the standout pros for me.
Absolutely. And I would say just a community that we built since we've been here.
Oh yeah,
Just beautiful people, nice people that are helpful, that care about us, that check on us.
hmm
If we need something, we have people that we can call, and they're gonna be right there. Just learning this beautiful culture is it's a beautiful culture here,
yeah.
and yeah, just it's yeah the peace that we get from being here, the culture.
It's simple. Life is
It's
simple,
simple,
and I'm
yeah.
old enough now to appreciate it. Now, 20 years ago, when I was younger and still moving and shaking, this might not have been the thing for me
Right,
or for us,
right,
because we
right.
were still building and growing and doing all of this and that, which we doing now too, but it's in a far different capacity. So, I think those two are my
Yeah,
two biggest
yeah.
pros. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful country, and there's so much to do here. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place, and we haven't even scratched the surface
We
on
got so
the
much to
beauty of
bring
this
y'all.
place. Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's coming.
yeah,
Y'all just be patient with us.
So Eunice in the chat says that she is thinking about moving to Africa to get at least a secondary home. So I think that that would be great and awesome. Do you have any? I'm trying to think of the word. Any words of encouragement to her or anybody who's thinking about moving abroad?
Yes. You didn't say advice. Now that would have
yeah.
been different. I
'Cause
got
we don't
words
give
of
advice.
I got words of encouragement, but not advice. Now I would say definitely come and visit first.
Absolutely.
I would say
Absolutely.
come visit first.
Wherever
Any
on the
country.
continent you want to go, visit first and make sure that's right for you. And there's what 54 countries?
54
54
countries.
countries. So, and they all have their different flavors. So if you go to one and it's like, oh, I'm not sure about this one, go to another one because it could be
Check it out.
completely different.
It will be
Yeah, it
completely
will be
different.
completely different, and you'll find whatever it is you're looking for. And like I said earlier, you can talk yourself into or out of anything. So if it's something you want to do, just take that leap of faith and try. Just try it. Just see how you feel about it. And if it's not for you, then that's okay
It's not
too.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I I did something crazy about maybe 6 years ago. I moved to from Florida to Montreal, Quebec, in Canada, just
oh wow.
because.
Wow.
And at that point, I had never even seen snow,
Mhm.
so and my family was like,
Wow.
"What are you doing?" It was just one of
Yeah.
those things
Yeah.
that, like, I got an opportunity to try something new. I love the French culture, and I just
hmm
said I just want to immerse myself and just say I tried it, and let's see how it works. But nobody told me that it's about 9 months of the year where it snows heavily,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah,
and
it will.
I wasn't I wasn't prepared mentally for that. I was like, so I
Right.
asked somebody, so when's the snow gonna stop? And they're like,
Yeah. And they're like,
yeah.
you
Never.
got a
they're like,
minute.
Yeah.
this is
Right.
life here. So, I stayed there for 15 months, but it just wasn't for me because
Yeah.
I'm used to the warm climate like Florida, but I can always say I tried. And I
Absolutely.
Right.
learned
Yeah.
something during that time. I learned how to do some French cooking. I got to travel all over Canada. So I had a whirlwind of fun during that time, even though that wasn't right for me. But I encourage anybody that if you want to do something, try it.
Right.
Absolutely.
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 And you see Marlene, you sitting here talking to us now, so I know you still alive, you still breathing, you still
You went
strong.
and did it and you made it. You good.
You
It's
good. That's what I'm
nothing,
saying.
what's the worst that can happen if you
Yeah.
try something? You might learn something. You might if the worst thing maybe you learn something you don't like or
Exactly.
you like, okay, I tried that, I didn't like it, and
Yeah.
moving on. So,
Cause
you know.
if it got too real, we'd be over there. We'd probably be hanging out with David Corey right now, cause we would have stayed here, said and right on back in Texas.
Yep.
So yeah, Boy, y'all really in the chat. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
forget.
everybody's in the chat and saying things and saying hi to you and just loving this discussion. Like I am too. So I gotta say
Us too.
thanks everybody for being here. And if you guys have any questions for African Dreaming, like drop it in the comment section. But now I want to ask you, what are some of the? I know you have some cons.
Oh
So
yeah.
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 So what are some of the
Oh
things that
yeah.
like, oh, I miss this about when I used to live in the United States? What are some of the things that, you know, you wish that you had as a convenience or something that you want to share?
Oh.
Oh, convenience.
Oh, as a convenience.
What you gonna say?
What am I gonna say? You wanna know what I'm gonna say? I'm finna say it ain't no Sonic over here. That's what I'm gonna say. That
Yeah, ain't no, it ain't no Whataburger, so
mm-mm, mm-mm.
it's like food and stuff. Of course, our families. If we could pick up
Excuse me.
some of our family. We ain't gonna say all of them.
Right.
Some of our family, and pick them up and put them over here, and they be with us. Then that would be
That would
great.
be nice.
But
Yeah.
as far as convenience, is like you can't just run to Walmart. You're not
Mm-mm.
finna just run to Target.
Where? What
No,
Target?
there is not. There's none. I mean, you can find almost anything here, but you have to go on a hunt. You have to go on a hunt. You have to ask someone. You have to, um, know someone that knows someone. It's about relationships here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about relationships here. Um, and some things can be overwhelming, like going to the market, the open markets. It can be a little overwhelming because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of stuff
And
going
she talking
on.
about the big market, y'all.
Yeah,
She
the
talking
big
about
markets.
like
There's
Circle.
regular supermarkets here too, which are we
Yeah.
go to and yeah.
I was waiting on David Corey to say that. I'm sorry, Marlene. I'm looking at the
See
chat.
the
David Corey. I knew he was gonna say that.
What's a burger?
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, the
yeah,
bigger markets,
yeah.
it's
It can
overwhelming.
be
You
overwhelming,
got
even for
30,
Tanzanians.
even for
It could
Tanzanians,
be
you
overwhelming.
got like 30 people trying to sell you something all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
It's crowded.
Mhm.
People are customarily, it ain't like Texas or the states in like personal space is measured and considered very differently than it is here in Africa.
Meaning there is no such thing as personal space.
Somebody big mama will walk up and sit right beside you in your lap. A dude, it could be 5 seats, and I'm in the 6th seat. Dude will leave 4 empty and walk up and sit right beside me and not think nothing about it.
Yeah, or you just sitting somewhere and somebody will just hand you their baby. You don't
Facts.
know.
Facts.
So it's and that's not a con. It's just like the personal space thing.
Yeah, personal
It's
space.
Yeah.
not the same.
Because
Yeah.
it's real. I'm still on cons, but it's real. Kind of a community, and it's something so unique about it because I'm just gonna say it so it makes sense. Now, let's say you are at one of these non-existent Sonics that's over here, right? Let's say it's about 9:30, 9:45 p.m. and you pull up and you trying to get you an extra long cheese cone and some tater tot. All the stalls is empty. Ain't nobody in the drive-through, but a car pull up and park right beside you. It make you turn your head and make you look at them. Maybe you finna get got. Maybe somebody trying to get you. Or
Yeah,
something.
and that's the Western
That's the
part of
Western
it.
way
Yeah.
of seeing
Yeah.
people and each other. Over here, people will be right beside you, get right beside you, get right up on you, and it's nothing personal about it.
Right.
It's just like we almost family. She not playing. People, if they looking through their purse or doing something, they will hand you their baby in a minute,
Yeah.
and it's like okay, we
Yeah.
family, ain't we? We all so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a question from the chat. God's construction says, "Is this a scenario forever, or are you looking to move around?"
Hey guys,
Hey,
construction.
guys, I was yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think we feel like Tanzania will probably be home base
It will
for a
yeah,
while, but we do
absolutely.
want to travel and see other places here in Africa.
Right.
Um,
And other
yeah,
places in the world too.
yeah,
But we will probably be like kind of rocking from out of here for a long time.
Mhm.
You know, we set our goals, we set our ambitions never know what life gonna throw at you.
Right.
But as it currently stands, yeah, we gonna be rocking out of here for a long time because we've been blessed and fortunate enough to have a network of people and a set of circumstances here that we might only have in one, two other African countries.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
I
that
can
answers
I can
this.
I can understand that. I know about the personal space thing. My parents were Jamaican, so I know about there's no personal space. It's just like people just come on you and just hand you stuff, or people just be like,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
"Hey, give me a dollar. I need a dollar," and you ain't never seen
Mm-hmm.
them
Yeah.
in your
Oh
life,
yeah.
but you give it to them because everybody that's family. Like it's more of a
Right.
family environment, and
Yes.
coming from the
Absolutely.
Western world, like that's a kind of a culture shock to me. Like, what do you mean, give you a
Mm-hmm.
dollar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I,
Yeah.
true story. True story. There's a friend in the village, one of the elders. Everybody call him Uncle. I just call him Uncle. I ain't gonna be
Mm-hmm.
putting his name out. So me and my boy was out one day, and now mind you, Uncle has two cars. He has his home is paid for. Uncle doing good. He was outside cutting his hedges. True story. So we riding by, and over here, everybody stop and talk to everybody. Everything's a reunion. Everybody catch up. You take personal time to catch up with folks. So we talking to Uncle, and Uncle was like, "Hey, I need let's say $1. It was
Mm-hmm.
actually 1,000 or one T shilling." And my boy pulled out, and it was his last. At the time, it was his last one too, and gave it to him. And I'm just looking, and I'm kind of like, "What,
Well, what you need
bruh?
this dollar
What
for?
you need this dollar for?" And it was his last dollar, and he said because he needed it, and that was
That
it.
was it. And
It
he
was
gave it
just
to
that
him. Yeah.
simple, and he gave it to him. That's, I guess that would go more over a pro,
Yeah.
but we still talking
That
about
sense of
con.
community. Yeah.
Hey, lights will go off on you too.
Oh, the
Let's talk
lights will
about.
go out.
Yeah, we
We
gonna
said
talk
it
real.
now. Hopefully they'll
I
stay on
know,
while
right?
we on here with you, Marlene.
Y'all stay on, stay on.
I said I know about those rolling blackouts. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
a question from Edward Smart: when you made your choice to move, did you consider Ghana?
No,
No.
no. I mean, we just
Nothing against
nothing
Ghana.
against Ghana or
Nothing.
Ghanaians.
No.
We have some really good friends from Ghana and
Mm-hmm.
that live in Ghana
Mm-hmm.
currently.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, it just wasn't. It wasn't a place that we set eyes on
Right.
to relocate to.
We love to visit, but no, not. We didn't think about that when we were
Okay.
moving.
Terrence in here. Hey, Terrence.
It's a
Yeah.
Terrence kind of thing. Oh,
It's
it's
a
a Terrence.
Terrence kind of thing. Yeah, we love
Hey,
Terrence.
Terrence.
Yes. So, I gotta ask y'all, how did this affect your relationship as a couple? Moving, did you guys get closer to each other? Because I know sometimes that can happen. I have a sister who moved from Florida and she's now living in Mexico. And she said moving from the Western world now to, I guess you could call it a third world country, has improved her marriage because now you don't have all of that stress. Um, and you have that, like you said, the peace. So, has that proved true for the both of you?
Overall,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think so. We've always been like super close.
yeah,
But I think just coming here and when you're in the states and you because we haven't lived in Texas for a while,
mm-hmm.
and most of our family is there, so we always kind of had to depend on each other.
Yes,
But coming here and not having anybody, it's not like we can hop on a flight and be wherever in 2 hours or 3 hours or four
right,
hours.
right.
So we really had to rely on each other, and I think that brought us even closer than we have been. I mean, we have our spats. We're married. It happens, but
Yeah.
but
Like sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, wife, you get up and go make my morning supper,
never.
and I want my morning supper now." And she'll look at me, and I'm look at Marlene. I'm just playing, Marlene.
He is playing.
I'm just playing.
We ain't
Nah.
doing that, Marlene.
We cook for each other. It's
We
egalitarian
do, we
over here.
do. He made me lunch earlier today. We
Yeah,
we
give and take.
yeah.
Give
So
and take.
it's just jokes.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Half folk think we whooping up on each other.
Awesome. So, what is your like 5 year plan or 10 year plan that you have since you moved now? What's next for the both of you?
To be alive,
Yeah.
to be happy,
Mhm.
and to be prosperous.
Yep.
And businesses are up and down. It's complicated. I personally had never studied international law. As far as business is like that, you learn as you go. Um, that's a complex issue in and of itself.
Mhm.
But in 5 years, for me, I can only speak for me. It's, baby, you tell them your half.
Mhm.
But I just want life, health, and strength. And I'm not trying to minimize your question in any way, shape, or form. That is my sincerest uh, wish for right now. Is to have first and foremost my life, my health, and my strength, and after that, whatever prosperity I'm fortunate enough to have in that moment, that's good enough for me.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just to, I mean, not to sound like broad with it, because I mean, been together for a while, and we've had plans and we've had goals, and some plans fall through, some plans don't.
Mm-hmm.
We've hit goals, some we haven't.
Right.
So now we're just a little more free because we don't have as many obligations as we used to have, so we can kind of focus on each other. So it's like whatever feels right, whatever makes us happy at this point in
Mm-hmm.
time in our lives, whatever brings us joy. That's what we're doing. I mean, yes, we're business owners, and we're here on YouTube, and obviously we want this to prosper. We want
Oh yeah,
this to,
grow our channel.
yeah,
So
grow our
yeah, yeah.
channel, and this to be, a source of income and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
So
because it
yeah,
helps when
it
you out
helps.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I guess those will be our goals. Nothing like rock solid. Because like we said, if we want to pick up and move somewhere else, there's nothing tying us too deeply anywhere. We're not like
Mm-hmm.
just too rooted because we've done that.
Yeah.
We've been those responsible adults.
For
Yeah,
years on end.
we took care of a lot of people. We took care of a lot of things, and now we feel like it's time for us to, do
Do
things that
us.
make us happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And help others along the way.
yeah.
amen to that. So what is something that you guys are going to be adding to your channel? I know that you've moved there recently. How long have you been in Tanzania?
A little over a year and a half now.
Yep.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be at? Like, what kind of content now have you shifted to now that you have moved?
Well, we actually started our channel way back in 2020, I think.
Actually, it was 2019.
It was 29.
Yeah.
That's how long ago. We didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
We started.
Because we didn't know what we knew we had an idea, but we weren't sure what we wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And we were still working, and we were still going through a lot
Yeah.
of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of just went on the back burner. So we didn't really start creating content until we got here.
Right.
So I don't think there's very much content. I don't think there's any content
At
of
all.
us in the States.
And then we stopped. We went on safari, Marlene. We went on safari, and
That was our first video.
that was our first
Yeah.
video. So we did that, and then we didn't do nothing else for like 7 or 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
We really just started being active on our channel in the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Yeah,
say
about 6, 7 months.
6 or 7 months, like end of January,
Like
1st
really
of
putting
February.
in that work and
And-
having
yeah.
ideas and figuring out what we wanted, the channel to be, and kind of had a rock solid kind of goal and plan for the channel. So then after we kind of figured that out, then things just kind of flowed from
Yeah.
there.
And even that changes as you grow.
Yeah,
as you
it
meet more
absolutely
people.
changed. I mean, we
Yeah.
have a lot of things in store for the channel. Like I
Yeah.
said, there's so many things to do here that we haven't even scratched the surface on.
We definitely gonna be bringing y'all more Africa because a lot of people say they want to see us out more, showing more of what the city looks like, what the town looks like, what the countryside look like.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna be bringing y'all. We gonna kind of Y'all will
Yeah,
see. Y'all will
yeah.
see.
It's coming. It's
It's
Yeah.
coming.
coming.
Looking, well, it takes time to get settled. We'll be a
Absolutely.
little patient, but we're not that patient.
Right.
Right, right.
We
Yeah,
got y'all. We got
yeah.
y'all. We
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah. So, what kind of things that because you said like there's a language barrier. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the language, but like I
Right.
say,
Well, Kiswahili is the language mostly
hit,
used here.
right.
Um, there's people that speak English, so it's
A
not like
lot
we're
of people.
walking around and no, we can't communicate with anybody. There's lots of people that speak English here. Um, it can be difficult,
Yeah,
because there are some people that speak English. There are some
right.
people that don't at all. So
Right.
it can turn into a staring contest.
Kabisa, sawa kabisa.
Sawa
Habari ya
kabisa.
jioni dada.
Nzuri sana.
Safi. Sa-
Karibu.
Safi. So, I mean, even when we speak Kiswahili, they can still hear our accent
They can
often.
hear it, yeah.
But the thing is, and I wish this was more of a known truth about Africa. In most places, they have a regional dialect that everybody uses. But I'll give an example. For here in Tanzania, you have 126 tribes, right? Each tribe has a mother tongue, so they have their own language, full fledged, 100% language. Now, Kiswahili is the national language of Tanzania, and it's also the regional language for most of
East
East
Africa.
Africa. So that's Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, uh, Uganda, Zambia, I think even Zambia,
Rwanda?
and Rwanda.
Rwanda.
Rwanda. So just alone in Kiswahili, you have languages, 126 different variations that people are capable to speak amongst themselves, in addition to a national language. So sometimes you learning something, and if it sounds like, man, that Kiswahili sound a little bit off, they ain't speaking Swahili. They're speaking Maasai. They're speaking Chaga. They're speaking, a completely different language.
Yeah,
so
different
that
tribe.
a different
Yeah.
tribal language, mother tongue. So that can make things kind of complicated sometimes.
And it's cool too, because
It
the
is.
people that speak, more than likely they speak two languages, if not three, maybe even more. They speak their tribal language. They speak Kiswahili. They'll speak English. There's people that speak all of those. They speak French.
Yes.
Um,
German.
German.
A lot of our friends are tour guides, right? They literally, most of them out on safari right
Right
now while
now,
we talking,
yeah.
and they speak multiple languages. And I wish there was more respect placed upon these people. And when I say these people, I'm talking about my Tanzanian friends, because the amount of brain processing, the intellect that it takes to consistently jump back and forth between 3 or 4 languages, I don't think it gets the respect that it deserves.
It's like amazing,
Yeah.
because it takes a minute to
It is.
figure out what you're gonna say in
Right.
Kiswahili. Sometimes I know what you're saying, but I'm searching for the word.
Right.
And they're speaking
right.
all these other languages, and they can just switch from each one just so
yeah.
easily. And I'm like, I'm envious of
Yeah.
that.
And we do.
We getting
Yeah.
there though.
We
We
getting there.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome because I've seen kids. You know how kids are a melting pot of their environment. I've seen kids, they speak one language with like their grandmother, one with their mom, one with their dad, and then they
Yep.
learn the language when they go to school. So, um, you're never too old to learn a new language.
Absolutely.
So you guys can do it. I'm proud of y'all.
We
Thank
doing it.
you. We're
Thank you,
doing it. We're
Marlene. We
doing
really
it.
appreciate that. Yeah. Kidogo,
So
kidogo.
Yes.
I don't know what y'all
Little by
saying.
little.
Oh, little by little.
Slowly.
Okay.
Yeah, little by little. Yeah.
Yeah, so how is it that you guys are trying to learn the language, or are you even trying, or you're not trying?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're trying,
We're
and
trying.
Tanzanians will correct you.
They will correct you, and they will
And they
remind you.
yes, and they'll try to, if you're saying something in English, they'll say it to you in Kiswahili
Kiswahili.
so you can
Yeah.
learn it. But it's not a thing like, well, you need to learn. Well,
Some of them,
some people will be
the
like,
people that you
you know,
closer to,
yeah,
that like they feel like they can mess with you a little bit. They'll be
yeah,
like, you should know everything, by now.
right.
Like it's like,
And it's
bruh.
not that easy. But they'll say that though. But if you ask them, when did you learn English?
Oh,
Oh,
when
I
I was a
learned
kid.
I was out in Toto when I was in school. And I'm like, you were in school.
Right.
You have I'm in a deficit. I'm learning like right now. So you
Right.
learned that when you were a kid. So, give me some time, Kaka. I mean,
Yeah.
brother, give me
Yeah.
some time.
Mhm.
But I think I understand more than I speak.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
because like I said, sometimes when you're trying to search the words, you might know what you want to say, and a lot of words
Mm-hmm.
sound the same.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
some
a
words
lot of
have they can be one word
yes,
and have two
and
different
two
meanings
have different.
depending on how you say it in a
Right.
sentence.
Right.
So it's difficult. Some things I can just
We can hear.
get,
Yeah.
and then some things is really hard for me to like remember.
Exactly.
So
I get like an example. Kulia.
Kulia.
Kulia Kiswahili na cry. It means like to cry, and it also means to go right
Go
or
right.
turn right.
Yeah.
It's so yeah, yeah. It's so many words like that that it's like it takes some time.
Yeah.
Now we getting it, but I know how to say it ain't no Sonic over here in Kiswahili. I, I know how to say it's just different stuff you
Right.
pick up on, and
Right.
we both at a phase in our learning process where we definitely can hear and understand more than we can speak. Because when we out speaking Kiswahili in public, you we take these pauses because it's like we have to process for like just a second,
Like,
and
what
then
am I trying to say? Yeah,
right,
yeah. But there's classes and things like that. We haven't done any classes because it's pretty much been us being around our friends that teach us. And then I think in a way learning Kiswahili conversationally
is
is
better.
better because then you can get those the slang
Right.
and certain ways that you say things
Right.
when you're with friends versus when you're with elders. There's different ways you speak
What Mary,
to
yeah,
yeah.
what Mary Ma said is exactly right. The tone, because if you would take some of the more formal methods of learning Swahili, like through some of the texts, some of the books, when you start talking to people using those words, they'll tell you
That's not right.
that ain't right.
Yeah.
Quick,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Like,
Um,
where did you get this book?
right, right,
Yeah. I found for me, when I started trying to learn French, my thing was the fear of like sounding stupid. Like, do you even know what you're saying? Like, you second guessing myself. Like, do you say it like this? And they say it's just important just to speak it. So I don't know. Do you
right.
guys have that, like the fear of sounding stupid? Like, do I even know what I'm saying?
That's more me than him.
Even with me being as shy
Yeah.
as I am, no, Marlene, that ain't never bothered me at all.
He not shy, Marlene. Don't let him lie to you on this live. I think it's more for me because I feel like I wanna speak it fluently and perfect before I do it, but that's not the way. That's not the best way to learn. You have to kind of take that out of it and just try it, and then people will tell you, or they're very nice in correcting
Yes.
you or
Yeah.
telling you, no, say this, and they say it really fast, and it's like, okay, my mouth don't work that way. You got to slow
Right. You
down.
pull it,
But
pull it.
pull
Pull
it.
it, pull it.
But
Slowly, slowly.
but for
Yeah.
him, he just be out there, and he does it with so much confidence that you wouldn't know if it was wrong. If you don't know Kiswahili, you wouldn't know if it was wrong because he does it with so much
Well, I'm
confidence.
out there with them, so they gon' know it's wrong.
Right.
I done got laughed at. I just pick myself up and keep on
Yeah.
pushing. Y'all be getting y'all English wrong sometimes, so don't get too up and buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I find for the first thing that I had to learn, like when I was speaking to my French instructor, and they were telling me that you have to realize that you are just like a baby learning to speak for
Exactly.
the first time. So, like, I was proud of myself, and she says, "I think you're a toddler now." So I was like, "Well, I'm 3 now."
Yay.
Right, right.
Yeah, you have to get over your own self, and
Absolutely.
I think like speaking English, you kind of I feel bad now because I know before, like when somebody who was a foreigner would be speaking English, I would get impatient with them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how many times I got to tell you it's this? And then
Right.
now when
Right.
it's you, be like, hold on, be patient with me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoes on the
Absolutely.
other foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. We don't get that as much with Tanzania. Okay, what are you trying to say? It's not like that. They kind of
Right.
know what we're trying to say,
Yeah.
and they help. They push us in the right, or they
Right.
tell us the word, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yeah, you'll get that. You'll get that chuckle like,
Like you,
yeah, you're
yeah,
trying.
you
You're
trying. It's usually
trying.
like you trying, and
The
they'll.
same as if, like you said, if another person was speaking, trying to speak English, and they were from a foreign country, and they were trying to speak English. It's not a how you don't know how to do it. It's like,
Right.
oh, that's cute.
Like
You're
it's cute.
trying,
Yeah.
you know. So it's the same thing.
And kudos on you, Marlene, because
Mhm.
French is notorious. The little bit of French I know, they are absolutely notorious for having 9 words, one word that
Yes.
means 9 different things. It's too much. I
It's
stopped at
crazy.
we, seafood play, merci,
Un,
un,
deux,
deux,
trois.
trois.
That's all I
And
got.
that's all I got too. So there we go. That's our French.
Yeah. But my thing is when I lived in Canada, in Quebec, they speak Canadian French.
Different.
Mm,
And
mm-hmm.
Yes.
then
Yes.
there's Canadian French, what they call Quebecois, and then
Mm-hmm.
they have the real French from Paris, and then they have the Haitian French, like the Haitian Creole. So
Yep.
it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Absolutely.
sometimes people who lived in Canada, they would be mixing the Parisian French with the Quebecois with the Haitian French. I'd be like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Absolutely.
experience that too, like they mix like two dialects together.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Again, there's 126 officially recognized tribes here, each with their own mother tongue, depending on the region of the country that you in. Because like we're about 9 or 10 hours away from Dar es Salaam. So the language structure, and even though it's all Kiswahili, they got completely different slang. They have a different way of communication. Um, Words that are used here in the Arusha region are not common to Dar es Salaam.
Mm-hmm.
Right over at Lake Victoria, a few hours from here, they have a whole nother dialect and language and the way that they
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
mix
you can
words
be
together
speaking
too.
Kiswahili and just a different inflection on a different word, and they can tell that you're from Arusha, or you're
Yeah.
from Dar es Salaam, or you're
Right.
from Kenya.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then when the mixing, like someone can be speaking Maasai,
Right. Uh huh.
and speak Kiswahili, they put it all together. So, if you don't know the difference, if you don't
Right.
know Kiswahili, you would just think they're talking in Kiswahili,
Right.
but they're actually talking in Maasai or Chaga and Kiswahili.
At the same
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
And you know how folk from New York sound different from folk from like Florida or Louisiana or the great
Mhm.
state of Texas, even
Right.
Californians. They got
Right.
their own.
Yeah, we might not hear it because we're not from here, but they
Right.
pick up on it because it's their native tongue. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like in the States, how a person could be from the South or a person
Mhm.
from the North. It's gonna have you have a different draw.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I just want to like, is there anything that you would like to share with everybody about your life in Tanzania and what's ahead in the future for the both of you?
Uh, yeah, a little bit since you're giving us the opportunity. Just that, uh, wow. Well, first off, thank everybody for being here. All the
Yes.
people
Thank
in the
you for
chat. I
everybody
didn't
in the
want to be
chat.
rude and be all over in the chat. I wanted to acknowledge the host and
Right.
for having us. But thank you all for being here. Special love to you, Coach Mary Ma. Um, uh, wow, we just we're gonna keep chugging away at it.
Mhm.
Thank you for all the support that we
Mhm.
getting. Um, we y'all said it loud and clear. We plan on bringing y'all a lot more of us out and about in Africa,
Right.
not just the garden,
Right.
not just the
Plan on
flowers.
showing y'all more of Tanzania, the hidden gems
Yep,
here, and
yep.
all the beautiful places here.
Mm-hmm.
We want to just kind of show you our life here and how we're doing here. I mean,
Yeah.
so far it's been beautiful. We've had great experiences here. We've met amazing people here, Tanzanians and Americans.
Mm-hmm.
We've connected with a lot of people. It's been an amazing adventure so far,
Yep.
and we plan on showing you guys that. We're here on YouTube. We're doing videos. We're doing lives on Tuesdays. Sorry, we went on live last week, guys. We got stuff going on.
Right.
We're doing podcasts. We're on Buy Me a Coffee. You can support us there. We have a lot to show you guys, a lot to cover. Just yeah, showing you our life and how it is for us being in Tanzania.
Right.
Yeah.
Just giving us our story, our perspective.
Yep.
And please make sure if you feel so inclined, connect with us and check us out
And y'all make sure y'all like this video. Give Marlene a thumbs
for
up,
having
Yeah.
us
please.
over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, y'all. So I just want to give you guys a kudos, a pat on the back, because I know it's not easy to just be open and transparent and sharing your story, because YouTube can be brutal sometimes, and so thumbs up for that, for the two of you, for you guys allowing yourself to be vulnerable and share your lives so openly with us is very much appreciated. And I wish the both of you the best in the future. And I can't wait for us to do this again and talk about another topic.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Anytime,
having
Marlene.
us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we feel
Yes,
very
I
fortunate.
appreciate the
Thank you.
both of you. And like we said, if you are not connected to their channel, go over and connect with their channel. Watch a video all the way through to the end. Leave a genuine comment, thumbs that video up, and make sure you hit that bell so that you will not miss any future content or when they go live, because they're an awesome channel. So I wanted to highlight them and make them my gem spotlight this week.
Thank
Yay!
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
guys so much. And thank you to everybody in the chat for coming. I appreciate y'all. And of course, if you would like to be a gem spotlight on my channel, if you're a subscriber, reach out to me in an email and you just may be the next gem spotlight. So thank you to both of you for
Thank
Right.
being
you.
Thank you,
here.
Marlene.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll see you guys on the next gem spotlight, guys. Bye bye.